I started the Temple Grandin School so that kids who learn differently would have a place where they felt understood. It came very personally to me out of my experience with my own son, having gone through a variety of different school settings with some success, but not as much as I would have liked. And when I looked around at the options, there really wasn't anything available that would fully meet his needs and enable him to realize his gifts in the world. I think when you talk about people first, you're talking about the whole person. And a lot of these kids come from experiences as they grow up toward adolescence where their intellect and their academic achievement is focused on, but what drops out of that picture is their social development and their emotional development, their ability to see themselves as competent, as social, as friendly, as having something to contribute. And the way we work with kids here, we provide opportunities for academic enrichment, certainly, and we advance our kids far in their areas of academic strength, but we pair that and we embed that in a context of supporting their social development. So we don't really have concerns that they're going to learn what they need to learn. They are motivated by learning. They want to know stuff, and they will do that. Nothing could stop them from learning what they want to learn. But the social arena is daunting to them, and it stops them in their tracks. So what we do here, we slow things down. We have awareness throughout our staff and our building that that's what they need. And so we are there with them in those social settings and building skillful, competent experiences so that they have a reservoir to draw on of, hey, I did that, I can do that, I am social, I can have a friend, I can be in a group, I can work and contribute. And those are things that they just learn by being here. We want our students to succeed at the things they want to do in life. And for every student, that looks a little bit different. We have some who have a particular career in mind. We have some who have a particular area of interest in mind that could lend itself to a number of different careers and experiences. We have students who don't know what they want to do yet. And so for those students, I think success would be for them to be enabled to look inside themselves and figure out what is that thing that I want to do. So I think the unifying thing that we would want for all of our students is that they know themselves and that they feel confident in understanding what they have to contribute to the world, and that they see the path to get to where they can make that contribution. We show them the path by walking along it with them. We have a staff of 10 or more adults in this building. All of them are fully committed to the well-being and development of these kids. They are with the kids all day long, and the kids really experience and feel that understanding on a daily basis. So kids do well if they can is in contrast to kids do well if they want to. In a lot of settings, we implement things to incentivize kids to want to do well, and I think all kids want to do well. I want to do well. All of our staff want to do well. If our kids are not doing well, or what we consider to be doing well, it's because there's a skill or a deficit or something, a challenge that's standing in their way of them doing well. And so in order for them to do well, we need to break that down and identify what's getting in their way and address that and shore up that skill so that they can do well at the things that they want to do. The most straightforward answer to that question is we believe in them, and we do that every day and our actions communicate that we believe in them. And the more they experience that from our staff and from their peers, they start to internalize it inside themselves. And you'll hear in our video from some of the kids that they really get it, that they can grow from their strengths and that they're starting to realize what those strengths are. When I think about inclusion, and it's something that is near and dear to my heart as a former early childhood educator, I think about belonging, and I think about being in a community, and I think about knowing that you are accepted and there is a place for you. And that is exactly what we're doing here with these kids. Instead of being in a building where they are, yes, physically included and in the same space and having access to things, they're in a building where everyone understands them and there are people here who are like them. That's what we all want, and that's what we look for in life. We find friends, we find people with common interests, and those are the people where we're comfortable and where we achieve and know ourselves. And that's what these kids are finding here. So in my perspective, I do think it is inclusion, but maybe not in the way that it's been traditionally defined. It's so important to work with families. And again, this is another carryover that I bring from having worked in early childhood, where we have to work with the families because the kids are so small, they can't really represent themselves. But I think in a lot of situations, as kids grow up into adolescence, that family piece drops off the map because we're expecting them to be independent and to do adult-like things when really they are still kids. And their families are very much a part of what's going on with them. And in these kids, in these cases, the families are critical to continuing the work that we're doing here. There are strategies that we're using to help the kids learn to regulate, for them to interact socially, for them to manage their behavior, that don't stop being useful when they walk out the door here. And so the more we can communicate with parents and come alongside them and help them problem solve with the situations that they're experiencing at home, the more consistency, the more competency we're building in the kids. I think children with Asperger's are amazing. They are unique. They have so much potential, and they are at huge risk for that potential not being realized. And in starting Temple Grandin School, my hope is that we provide a place for them to be nurtured, to be known, to be understood, and to realize for themselves that they do have amazing potential. In a minute, you're going to hear from some of the kids and the teachers at our school, and take a listen and hear how they are already beginning to realize what they can contribute.
I think the most unique thing about Temple Grandin School is that the people here get my kid.
Temple Grandin School is a safe and supportive place.
If you don't know a kid with Asperger's, you're not really sure what to expect.
They think about things in a different way.
They just really need to feel like they are understood.
They need a place where they can really spend time diving into their areas of interest.
I do. I bring my plants to school occasionally. This plant that I brought in is little cymbidium. What I want to be when I grow up is probably a botanist, because I just adore plants and they can help in so many ways.
The community of learners that we've created is so supportive of each other.
It's just really different, and I have better grades now and there's no bullying. I just like it a lot better here.
I've probably only been to use like once here, and that's in comparison to like every day at my old school.
And there's a lot of trying to help each other out. They don't always do it very well.
Kids help each other, sometimes awkwardly, but sometimes not awkwardly, sometimes beautifully.
So it's easier to make friends with other Aspies because they have the same social problems that I do.
Teachers are flexible and committed.
Passionate, incredibly passionate.
A teacher needs to be kind, understanding to some degree, and have a very flexible mindset.
Everyone is interested in seeing you succeed, and there's lots of different goals for different people. But I think whatever your goal is, everyone here is working as best they can to help you get there.
And the big difference I see since he started at Grandin School is the realization that he's got value and that he can succeed.
We accept each kid for who they are and where they are, and they are not all in the same place, and some of them are challenging on some days.
And I think the parents appreciate the fact that we are here every day with a consistent positive outlook on their kids' future.
Things for me started to go downhill when I went to middle school, and this has really helped pick me back up.
And we create a space where they can learn the functional skills in the areas that they're not as strong in, but they can really just dive in and wholeheartedly take advantage of their natural talents and gifts.
Math and science are my biggest strengths.
The school's motto is grow from your strength, and I think that's exactly what it's doing for me and a lot of the other people here.
Yes, you are definitely free to be who you are at this school, no doubt.
They don't have to be normal, whatever normal is, to make a contribution to the world, and I believe that these kids are going to do great things.